Good to see all of you. Welcome to Unit 3, Lesson 10. We're getting ready to wrap up this third unit. As usual, we're looking for the tasks for U3L10. You can find it on assignments, under assignments, or on the weekly calendar on the Canvas homepage. Today's date is December 11th. We'll start off with our usual breakout room chat. The question today is, how would you spend $1 million? If you came across $1 million, what would you do with it? Think about that for 20 seconds. And don't forget to say hi and check in with the person you're in the room with as well. We'll come back together in 2 minutes. Rooms are open. On the docket is homework check, which is looking pretty good. Just to pull up my screen here. You just had to make sure that you have all of those ed puzzles done that we worked through in the previous class. So please make sure you've completed the Boyle's Law, Charles Law, or Gay-Lussac Law ed puzzles, or at least the equivalent in Google Form version if ed puzzle didn't work for you. Otherwise, the homework was looking good. The Pearson was just a lot of math practice. Looks like most people, I'm seeing 10 attempts. Most of you are getting at the correct answer, and I'll check what the something else is. I mean, maybe you just included a unit or you rounded a different way or something. Just the more math practice you can get with that, the better. But again, the gist of it, and it looks like everyone's feeling good about this, is the trends overall. All right, any questions or comments on that homework assignment? Old chemistry textbook reading. All right, we are now going to be focusing on the drinking bird for this class and the next class, at least portions of it. And so I just want to do a quick survey. It looks like one of you already responded. But please take a moment right now. The survey is right there, step number 2, drinking bird toy ? So please fill in the Science2A drinking bird survey. It should take 2 seconds. I just want to know who has a toy and who doesn't. It's okay if you don't have the toy, so you don't need to lie. It's okay. There are alternative activities you can do. It's not a problem. So I would just like to have an accurate depiction of who has and who doesn't. Got time for just 3 minutes to let everyone complete this. Again, I'm seeing 8 responses so far, which is great. Again, it's 1 question, so if you want to take time to go dig through some of your stuff, you can do that, but then please complete the survey. Step by step in a lot of detail about how to work through these. Next question was then, if you have a gas and you decrease its pressure while also increasing its temperature, what will happen? And what I was trying to get at with this is that, remember, pressure and volume have an inverse relationship, right? So if you're going to decrease the pressure, that means you're increasing the volume. And volume and temperature have a directly proportional relationship. So if you're also increasing the temperature, that's also going to increase the volume. And so the correct answer indeed was it will increase for 2 different reasons, right? So that's really the gist of this, more so than the math is kind of just getting down those patterns. Questions or comments on that? All this stuff, we've been learning about the atmosphere, and then we went into gas laws and states of matter and transitions. All of that has been building up to being able to play with this little guy. Anyone know what this is? It's a very common desktop toy called the drinking bird. Very good. Looks like some of you have yours out as we surveyed at the start of class. And so our goal over the next 2 days is to figure out how these things work. But first of all, if you've never seen a drinking bird before, or if you don't have one, here's a video. They call it the dipping bird in this one. So let's just watch what happens here. I'll ask a couple questions. So what I'd like you to pay attention to is the red colored liquid on the inside. Watch what the liquid is doing. All right. I know that doesn't seem very exciting. It's kind of fun to watch to be like, almost there, and it tips over. But the point is, if you were watching the red liquid, what was the red liquid doing while the drinking bird was standing up and sort of slowly wobbling back and forth? What did you notice the red liquid was doing? Was
It
it
was
right?
going
Say it again.
it was going up into like the bird's head.
Very good. It was rising up through that glass tube, right? So it was going from the lower bulb into the head, which is like the upper bulb. Very good. And then when the bird tipped over, then what happened to the liquid? Where did it all go?
Back to the bottom.
And that was it, right? And so there's a lot of interesting chemistry and physics going on in this very simple toy and that very simple motion. It's actually kind of complicated to understand, but I'm going to do my best to break it down into steps and to kind of help you through it. So we're going to explore it today a little bit. Those were the questions I had. Very good. So we're on the last step now on the tasks to complete, which is titled Investigating the Drinking Bird. Go ahead and click on the Investigating Drinking Bird assignment. Let me share my screen here really quickly just so you can see what you should be clicking on. It's right there, Investigating Drinking Bird. It'll take you to this assignment here. And regardless of whether you have the Drinking Bird toy or not, you should be able to do this. So to do the actual activity, you'll need the Drinking Bird toy, a source of water, a towel or tissues, phono camera for some filming of a Flipgrid, glass or a mug to get the water so the bird can drink, and you'll need a bowl of ice or just really cold water. Those are the things you'll need to do these activities. If you don't have the Drinking Bird toy, you can watch the demonstration video. There's a link for it right there. It's about 6.5 minutes long. It's just me doing all these things. And just follow the instructions and answer the questions in that quiz. I'm going to time for 20 minutes to give you time to set up the Drinking Bird, give it a go. The second to last question involves a Flipgrid where all I want you to do is just film your Drinking Bird working, just one dip. That's all you have to film. You don't have to do anything else. But I do want you to explain, just in your own words, well, not really explain, just describe what the liquid's doing, right? Just saying, oh, liquid's rising, bird tips over, liquid falls back down. That's all I need to hear. So that should be a short, easy Flipgrid. There's no real detail or explanation needed there. The last question, I want you to take your best guess at how you think it works. There's no right or wrong answers there. Just show me your reasoning and what your thinking is. So I'm going to time for 20 minutes to get through this, and then we'll come back together to check in about homework. 20 minutes to work on the Flipgrid, or on the quiz. Have fun.